So for the first draft, the audience feedback that we received is that it was a confusing storyline and performance didn't really work together and didn't really sell our product as much as we wanted to. Also, the performance wasn't great on my behalf because it sort of looked very uncomfortable and not realistic. There was a lot of shaky camera work, which made it look very unprofessional and very distracted the audience from what was going on the screen. The editing was very simple. It was very straightforward, and there was no like sort of blending it together to make it look better. The storyline was boring, and this is all sort of from a lack of planning and research on our behalf. So if we'd have put more work into doing that beforehand, we might have come out with a different product to start with, but sort of just didn't really work out. So that was for the video. And the ancillaries for our first draft. Again, the setting was quite boring and plain and it just didn't really mix in with the genre. And again, the font wasn't like up to scratch, so it didn't really sell our genre as much as we wanted it to. But then for draft 2, we did make some changes. So we completely changed the storyline, changed the narrative, changed the performance, changed the way we filmed, changed the editing, everything. So the positive feedback we had was there was a much better understanding of our genre, which which is true for us. There was a better narrative, better performance, looked more professional. Camera wasn't as shaky, but we did use too much tripod shots, so it was quite still where we needed a bit more movement and different angles, which we did into our next draft. But there was some negative criticism as well. We did need to change a lot of things at the beginning, including just the cinematic shots at the beginning, the way the text was and how it didn't fit perfectly on the screen, it wasn't in line. And also there was a bit of a blur over the band members at the beginning, which came across as a error, but it wasn't intended that way. It just didn't look the way we sort of planned it out. We'd also needed to work on the tackle scene. So instead of just having a tackle and he's injured, you need to sort of play on that more, play on the emotions he's going through. In the performance, we needed to have no singing from the band, so it just sort of looked unprofessional. It didn't look like we're in the sort of recording studio. And we needed more smoke sort of throughout, because at the beginning there was no smoke, at the end there was loads of it, so we sort of needed the perfect balance throughout the whole thing. And we needed some more shots and a bit more movement, as I said, with the tripod. So that was for draft 2. And the ancillaries, the pictures were more clear and suitable. They did sort of fit the genre. The layout of the ancillaries was right, for the title, the people, and then all of that for the magazine advert. We needed more pictures of the band and less pictures of the instruments, because the band was the main selling point and we just sort of focused on the instruments, which didn't work. And we needed to again change the font because it didn't quite suit the genre we were going for. So that was draft 2, and then moving on to draft 3, we did change a lot of things. We switched to handheld, which sort of gave us more movement, a bit more just variety in our shots, a few more angles we put in there. We needed to show him gradually improving, not just being injured then healed. So we worked on that for our final draft. We needed more frequent cuttings, so not to leave too long of a shot in one, so it sort of makes it a bit quicker, a bit more exciting to watch. Again, we needed more focus on the tackle, needed to long it out more to sort of show how it really did affect him. It is a proper injury. And we needed more things such as match on action, we needed more cuts again, and we needed sort of more believable acting from the main actor, because it sort of didn't really show how injured he really was. And yeah, we improved upon all of those moving into our final draft.